Korea entry requirements, what I recommend that you pack and bring if you're coming here to South Korea, how to get to and fro from the airport, and even if you're just coming here to transfer. Lots of good and helpful information in this video to come. And then hi, also me, who just landed in Korea, and there are some big updates that I need to add to this video, so make sure you look out for the orange version of me. She's very important, okay? Let's get right into it. Korea entry requirements. Majority of you guys, you just gotta show up. To make sure you know that you can just show up, I had to break out my computer, y'all, because Korea changed so many things about their website. Some of it, I'm not gonna lie, not my favorite additions. However, I wanna walk you through the process of if you need a K-ETA and how you can find out if you need one or not. First of all, you have to go to the official website. Make sure you're typing in this website that I have on the screen. If you want to find out if you need a K-ETA or not, you come up to here to apply for K-ETA, you click apply from beginning, and you actually, sadly, you have to start filling out the K-ETA in order to find out if you need it. We hit agree, we hit agree, we hit agree. Are you 14 or above? Do I look it? I hope so. Next. Then you have to do this email verification. Y'all, the way that this took me so long. You type in your email, and then you click send verification code. It'll send you an email and your verification code is here. You can't copy and paste the code for some reason. You have to type it, 186871. Now don't click enter because I was clicking enter before. I'll show you what happens. It says verification number sent. For some reason, enter doesn't work. And then when you click enter, it'll send you another code. So the old code won't work anymore. Now click verify. Don't click enter, click verify. Then we click next. And now for some reason, you have to upload a picture of your passport. You have to add it by photo, which I totally hate putting my passport and like uploading it through the internet. But this is the way to find out if you still need it or not. But I think the reason they switched it to this format is because things are changing a lot. And then once you add it, it's gonna say like, hey, maybe due to smudging, is all of this information correct? So you check to make sure all the information is correct. Once you hit confirm, then it will tell you you are a national of a country or region eligible for K-ETA exemption. But if it doesn't, then keep going, because I guess you do need to do it. But that is the best place to check whether or not you can just arrive here and just get a tourist visa automatically. But the majority of you can just arrive here, you can just come. To know how many days that you can stay in the country, you're gonna go up to the top and click K-ETA guide, countries/people for application. It has all of the countries listed out, and then once you find your country, it'll say how many days you can stay in Korea according to where you're from. Now, those dates, that number, that's non-negotiable. You can't just be like, oh man, let me just let them know, like, I've got this thing coming up, maybe they can extend it for me. No, you gotta be out. You gotta be out. If you overstay, you gotta pay big fines, so don't overstay. If you do want to stay in Korea for a longer amount of time though, you can always do something called a visa hop. So let's say you're American like me, you have 90 days. You stay for 35 days, you go on a little trip to Japan, you come back to Korea, that 90 days restarts over when you arrive again. So you now get 90 days after you just came back from Japan. Let me quickly talk about arrival, and then I will tell you about how to get from the airport to your accommodation according to your travel style. If you did want to purchase my airport guide, so you just have everything I'm saying in this video plus more in a written out style, I'm gonna link that down below. You get this arrival card that you're gonna have to fill out on the plane. What is your name? How long are you gonna be here? What's your job? What address are you staying at? And feel free to just put the first address, the first Airbnb that you're gonna stay at. Now, some of y'all might have heard about this new e-arrival card. And so that's basically that little sheet of paper that they've always been passing out on the planes. That is basically now a digitalized version of it. One of the things I'm most worried about is that y'all will go to one of the fake websites, which, by the way, the e-arrival card is free. You should not have to pay any money in order to fill out this e-arrival card online. There are all these fake websites that start to pop up once they realize that they can kind of charge people. Like, you put your information into their fake website, and then they manually go and put your information into the real website and then just collect money from you. So I don't want you to end up on a fake site. Eventually, it'll be mandatory that you fill it out online, so I want to show you how to do it. Almost everybody needs to have this arrival card filled out. If you already have residency and you have one of those alien registration cards or a residency card of Korea, then you don't have to fill this out. But if you're wondering, do I need to fill this out or not? You can come down here to this e-arrival card navigator, check to see if you need it or not. You can fill this out, again, there's no fee, but you can fill this out within 3 days before your arrival. Those who are gonna land in Korea on the 3rd, 4th, or 5th, in Korea time, those are the people who can, sit down right now and fill this out. So you need to fill it out 3 days in advance. If you are coming as 1 to 9 people, so a smaller group or like a smaller family, you can click here, individual. So we're gonna click submit. There's an agree to all. You scroll down at the bottom, and again, you have to fill out your email. These websites do not allow you to copy and paste. Again, technically you have to upload a picture of your passport. I personally don't like uploading a photo of my passport onto the internet, but the e-arrival card at least allows you that you can just hand type everything in rather than submitting the passport picture itself. But you fill everything out, you click whether or not you're coming by plane or by the sea, and you have to put what is the date of arrival in Korea. It wants to know what plane you're taking and your flight number. That will be on your ticket. There should be like a flight number on your ticket, so you can just copy and paste that there. Where are you coming from? What airport are you coming from? And then when are you planning to leave Korea? So the date. You don't need the flight number here. What is the purpose? This is the part that I think is so confusing. You can click on this little like English button right here, and I can start typing in my address. But once you click on it, it's gonna auto fill in the Korean and the English. And then you're gonna need some sort of contact information, but it needs to be somebody that's in Korea and a phone number that can be called. If you have a contact here, or if you just wanna put your own, I've recommended Tracy. You can actually get your physical SIM card mailed to you in advance. And so your phone number will be on there. So you can just put it in your phone, and you already know your phone number. So you could just add that. I'll link the Tracy SIM card option down below, because it is nice that you get the phone number and you get it in advance. You have to put what your job is and the email. You won't be able to change that. And then you submit, and once you submit, you'll just get a verification that you filled everything out. I'm someone that's a little bit more leery when it comes to stuff online, so I personally just think fill it out on the plane, fill out the physical card for as long as possible. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, but there's also a frequently asked questions section here on the website, so make sure you check that out too. Coming from specific locations, as of recent, some countries, they have this yellow piece of paper that they are asking for everyone to fill out. It's gonna ask you if you've had any, illnesses, what countries have you been to recently. Everybody has to fill that out, all people. So you're gonna get off the airplane, you're gonna go through immigration. There's a prequel section before you get to the actual immigration people, and all the lady does, literally the only thing she does, is take that yellow piece of paper from you. She doesn't talk to you, she just makes sure that you filled everything out, and she just asks you to leave. I was standing there waiting for her to talk to me, and she was like, go. I was like, oh, okay. So just make sure everybody fills out that yellow piece of paper. And you're gonna walk through customs and follow the foreigner only section. Once you show up, you're gonna hand them your passport and then that arrival card. Once you get through that, you're gonna go pick up your baggage, you're gonna pick up your luggage. Once you get your luggage, you're then going to go to customs if you need to. Majority of you guys aren't trying to sell a bunch of goods here. Enter through the wonderful glass doors of, I'm in Korea. And at this point, that's when you're gonna go pick up your WOW Pass. And then that will be your half debit card, half transportation card for your entire trip, filled with rewards, cashback opportunities, and coupons. If you wanna know more about the WOW Pass, I'm gonna link a video up here in the corner. That's when you're gonna go pick up your SIM card or Wi-Fi egg that you've already reserved in advance, because if you pick anything up directly in the airport without making a reservation, the price is higher. If you try to buy a SIM card without a reservation, the price is going to be higher. So you're gonna wanna make reservations so the price is lower. Okay, I will link below all of the Wi-Fi eggs and SIM cards and eSIM cards, what I would recommend that you use as well. You have all of your luggage in hand. Now it's time to get into the city according to your travel style. In the video where I talked about where to stay in South Korea, you guys know I talked about the travel style. I want to take that concept and put it into this portion of the video. What you're going to do is you're going to download an app called Naver Maps, and you're going to put your Airbnb or hotel address into that map, and it is going to recommend to you the different forms of transportation that you can take to get to your accommodation. So now I'm going to say, once you see what it tells you, maybe it says to take the airport line, maybe it says to take a bus, according to whatever that is, now we're going to preface it with the travel styles, and now you're going to hear me out about, even if it says take the bus, maybe you shouldn't. Even if it says take the subway, maybe you shouldn't. So if you are a light packer, then truly whatever that map app says, that is the best form for you to be able to get to your accommodation. So if you don't have a ton of luggage and it says to take the airport line, go for it. Just know there's a lot of like elevators and stuff and escalators, but a lot of times they're kind of hard to find. It's mostly stairs. So know in advance that you're gonna have to walk up steps, that you're gonna have to find your way around through the subway. The other option is the airport bus, which honestly I like a little bit more, but it is a little bit more expensive. But once you enter the bus, they even put your luggage underneath the bus for you. And then once you arrive at the stop that you're trying to get off at, the little driver man comes out and he takes your luggage out for you. And then you can just roll it to your accommodation. So you don't have to really worry about taking the steps of the subway or like taking the elevator and all of that. Just know that sidewalks here in Korea, I don't know who put the approval on them. Slippery when always, not just wet, kind of chaotic. But if your walk from the bus stop to your accommodation is less than 10 minutes, you'll be fine. It might be a little bit of a rough ride, a rough journey, but overall, have some comfy shoes and you'll be okay. And those tickets can range anywhere from 15,000 won to like 20,000 won. Now, if you have a lot of luggage, if you are tired, if you don't really mind spending a little bit more for the sake of convenience, you can always take a taxi. You can spend anywhere from 45 to 60-ish dollars and you can make it from the airport to your accommodation. And since you don't even have to tip here with taxi culture, it is seriously, it is so cheap. So just take the load off your shoulders. Just make sure that you have your address in Hangul, which is the Korean written language. Make sure that is on your phone and it's in a large font. So if you have this tiny little font, take like a screenshot of it so he can zoom in on it to see like what is the full address. But when you go and you follow the signs that say head towards taxi this way, follow the taxi signs and do not take a black taxi. They're gonna try to lure you in and say, come, but you just say, no, like I'm okay. Because then they realize that you know better. They know that you watched my video and you were prepared for your trip. So you're not going to take the black taxi because those are bougie, expensive, overpriced, and the normal taxi is almost the same as the black taxi. But according to whatever destination that you have, there's signs that are like labeled, like, okay, if you're going to Incheon, you'll stand here. So you're going to find the Seoul sign and you'll just stand there and wait for the next Seoul taxi to come. If you're finding this video helpful, a like goes a long way and a comment down below. Thank you guys so much. Let's keep going. Quickly talking about transfers, you literally can't miss it. Once you get off the plane and you just start walking, there are these transfer signs and the transfer area is this like bright neon green. You really won't miss it. But there's a literal huge like transfer sign. It has all of the upcoming flights on the screen so you can find your flight, see what time, see what gate that you have to go to. Make sure you check in advance if your luggage is getting checked through or if you have to pick it up yourself. Sometimes when you get to the Seoul airport, you have to go pick up your bags and basically go back in line and recheck them. If that's the case, you're going to want to give yourself a little bit more time because Terminal 1 lately is so crazy busy. I don't know what's going on. Some things that I recommend that you pack or prep and prepare. There was so many P's. Before I get into the big list of things that I want you to pack, I forgot to mention these two things and I use them on the airplane and they are such a game changer. This little device right here, don't know if you've seen this before, but this basically allows you to use Bluetooth headphones with the little TV screen that you have on the airplane. Something that's so important is to have a noise canceling feature on the headphones that I'm using when I'm on the plane. Blocks out baby noises, blocks out all just, you know, ambient noises of people moving around. Plus, this specific device, and I'll link this one below, it allows two people, I don't know if you can see that, but it allows two people to listen to the same thing. And this doesn't just work on like airplanes. This would work on an iPad. This would work on a computer. So if you downloaded something onto your iPad and you wanted to watch it with somebody else, this allows two people to connect into the same device and watch it together. And then the other thing, y'all gonna think I'm crazy. This is a book light, okay? And y'all might be like, okay, just turn the overhead light on above you. I can't be that person. When you turn that overhead light on, it's basically illuminating the whole entire cabin. And this one goes super dim, but there's also the different like types of color of lighting, and I prefer the like more orangey tone, but this allowed for such a dim light, but it was enough for me to still be able to read and not illuminate the whole cabin. But let's get back to the other list. I'm going to link in the description down below a whole list on Amazon of things that you can't buy in Korea very easily, and to explain some of them to you. Medicine is kind of hard to buy here because you have to go to a pharmacy. There's no like, oh, let me just pop into whatever store and just pick up whatever I want. It's much better for you to bring medicine. There are some medicines that are offered in like convenience stores, but it's usually like just Tylenol. Just think about what would you have in your cabinet at home if you got sick or if you got ill or if you have allergies, and try to just take like a travel size amount of all of that and just put it in a little baggie or something and bring it with you on the plane. Let's say you're already here and you're really in need of medicine. You can always go to any pharmacy near you, which if you type in Korean into any of the map apps, Yaku, that's a pharmacy. Use Papago, which is a translating app. Make sure you download that onto your phone, and you can go to any of the pharmacies and basically just type in what your symptoms are and they will help you. But if you're like me, I kind of want to know what I'm putting in my body. To get medicine that's all like labeled in Korean and you don't speak Korean, just bring medicine yourself. Especially comfortable shoes. The sidewalks here be crazy, y'all, and you're gonna be walking everywhere, so make sure you bring really good sneakers. And ladies, I got some extra special tips in there for you as well. I do offer online consultations if you want me to help you plan your trip more personally, and I also have a really good food guide linked down below full of my favorite restaurants, how to order, what to eat at all of them, so I will link that stuff below, but make sure you check out this video. It's full of a lot more helpful information for your upcoming trip, and I'll see you over there. Bye!